All right, fellas, back with another one. Clean the flames.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
Dave.
Dave ain't here today, but we got our. Let's take these real quick. Let's take these real quick. Boys. Let's take these real quick.
Yeah, I definitely, I definitely left my chase on the ground, so I'm gonna take this straight. It's gonna be rough.
Make some faces.
Oh shit, they're all rough.
Oh.
Oh man,
Yeah, just bring it up. Bring it up.
Oh shit, nigga, chase it with more liquor. That's the worst.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
gosh, that's rough, bro.
This vodka. What you think it's gonna be?
Shitty vodka.
Oh,
Tito's is good, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
only the finest for us.
That's not smooth, bro.
only Seagram 7. for
Only the
boys.
rubber bottles for us.
Damn, everybody glass bottles? Yeah.
No.
That tastes like straight, like rubbing alcohol. Like what just grab
I mean,
rubbing alcohol.
Like if you had a cut, you could pour it on there and you'd be all right.
If
If you had a cut,
Yeah.
you poured that on there.
Yeah, that ass.
it might do better than rubbing alcohol.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
just heal up like
Chest
Wolverine.
burning. My chest on fire.
Yeah.
We got our boy Lando here today.
What's up, guys?
Lando head. You know what I'm saying?
I
Special
didn't say my
guest.
whole federal name, but it's cool.
Right.
Bro. Just Lando. Just Lando works. Don't tell who's watching this, but it's all
All
good.
right, cut. You know what I'm saying?
So I know we got the mask mandate back in effect
Reserved,
in most
unfortunately.
places.
At least here in Vegas. At least here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Not in the South. So I just got back there with no mask.
Not in the South.
We're not doing it out there.
Like the South and Florida.
Yeah. No,
actually,
South in
Florida have
general.
it now.
No, Florida, hell no.
They should have. Man.
No, Florida literally came out and said, we're not doing the mask mandate. It's
Wow.
not happening. We're not doing any restrictions. That's why if Vegas does it full long term, I'm moving there.
I think Orange County is like that too.
Yeah.
Orange County is
In
like,
Cali? Nah.
They have not been doing anything. They stayed up since COVID. Everything.
Orange County. Well, San Diego was the same way though. San Diego.
Nah, they didn't close.
Wasn't as strict as
Like that.
LA County though. It wasn't as strict as
No,
LA.
San Diego they closed and shit. Dead ass. I got my mom.
Well, Orange County has it. I just talked to
Yeah.
a person at work.
Okay,
and they said,
Well, you think like they put the whole? Well, California's not back on full lockdown. They just did like we did. Like you just have to start by wearing a mask.
I don't think
Anyone-
anybody will go back on full lockdown. To be honest.
I wouldn't put
But
it past.
as
them.
soon as
I
one
can tell you
does,
right now, Vegas won't.
New York might be
oh,
first.
Hell no.
No, they lost too much money.
If anyone is first, it'll probably be New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think New York only did it because of what your boy's going through right now. Every time he's going through something happens in New York.
Who you talking about?
Cuomo. You hear about the sexual assault? Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo? The governor.
Nah.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of sexual assault cases going on. All of a
Is that
sudden,
young cat?
Oh, no,
No,
they asked
no,
him
no.
to resign. Yeah.
yeah, they asked him to resign, but every time something happens, remember when he got called out for the senior citizen homes? Then all of a sudden, they started hitting them freaking strict lockdowns. Now it's the same thing. He's big time in the news.
Yeah.
Mask mandates come back and it's making it mandatory for the vaccines.
Well, that's always they always do that. They always do something to deter you,
Facts.
Right,
to take your
right.
attention away from what's going
Right.
on, and all of a sudden it's gonna vanish.
and they just pass a law and shit like, hold on, I didn't know we couldn't drive.
Yeah.
All of a
When did they
sudden,
pass that?
drive-thrus are illegal. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I
So
mean?
how do you guys feel about it? Like,
I
do you
hate
feel we should wear masks
No,
now?
no, I'm completely against it.
Why? Why? What are you?
Well, me personally, looking at the numbers, for one, they saying the mask that we do wear, which is the little paper thin mask, the cheap ones. They saying that they're not.
I wear cloth.
cloth, whatever they are. The cheap ones, the dollar store.
I'm a cloth type
The
of
ones
guy.
that come out the little box, they're not even effective. If you want a fully effective mask, it should be the M90.
KN95.
Yeah,
Or
those-
N95.
Yes, those are the
N95
most
masks.
effective masks, but we don't wear them. I have one, I've never even put it on.
Yeah, they're
But-
uncomfortable as shit.
Very uncomfortable, but they work. But the one cloth we wear, it's not even that effective.
No, it's not, and it's not. It's usually supposed to be 3 layers,
Yeah.
and it's usually not. If you open up inside of it, because I sell them,
Mhm.
but if you open up inside of them,
You're
it's supposed to have.
So you sell masks
Yeah, so
on the streets?
hell. Quick story,
bro.
Yeah,
Before before COVID hit, I kind of saw what was happening,
Right.
so I bought a large amount of masks. And I was selling,
Okay.
and I flipped a lot.
Would you one of the people like the sanitizer dude, send them
No,
for $30?
but I was looking to get. No, I wasn't
Okay.
doing surcharges like that. I wasn't doing that. I mean, I wasn't selling them for fucking retail either.
I feel you. You
I
gotta
was
make some
making my
profit.
money.
Like some bread.
That
though,
makes
yeah.
Yeah, I was selling them for like, I think I was doing 10 for 10. You know,
So a
little
dollar
deals
mask.
like that, basically.
Right.
You know,
People was buying them?
absolutely.
Like, what was you at though? You had like a
masks-
stand or something?
masks-
I
Lemonade
had
stand?
them pulling up to my house.
Bro,
And I
masks
would
was like
come out
toilet
and
paper,
drop
bro.
it
He
off.
was selling something else. He was selling
Bruh,
something else.
bruh.
He threw the mask in as an extra bonus.
Bruh.
That
Why
was.
the mask
So
stand
that
up like
stimulus
this?
shit was just going right in, into
But it's
other
smart though. If
events.
you think about it, if you see how shit's going, and people are starting wearing masks.
Oh, it's genius.
Yeah,
it's genius. Like as soon as the mask mandate started coming the first time, I thought it was genius. The people that are making like custom masks. Oh, that's a smart business. Move.
Yeah.
Very smart business move.
Yeah.
I didn't jump on it, but I freaking because I'm not a fan of the masks. I love to talk to people, and I feel like it's kind of putting something over. It's like a safe.
It's
over
hard.
Now. It's very hard. Very hard when you walk through the store
it's
and
like
then
dogs having a muzzle. Or
yeah,
some shit, you
that's
know
what it
I'm
feels like.
And it feels uncomfortable talking to somebody.
Yes,
Yeah.
after you take it off.
Especially if
What?
I have a mask.
What'd you say?
And you don't
Fuck,
have a
man,
mask
you
on, so I'm like, hold on, are you comfortable?
Right,
with
right,
taking
right.
Mine off?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Am I
weird.
comfortable taking my own mask off? You know what I mean?
Well, it's like you remember we wore them for a long time, and then do you remember like your first week without the mask? How it was socially awkward for me.
Well, I remember my first time because I was at a bar, and I walked to a gas station. Right before I went in, I was looking at the people inside.
Yeah.
They had a mask on. I'm like, fuck. My boy was like, damn. Like, he said, just take off the mask. Let's go in. Like, he had his mask on. And I was like, all right. And like just walking into just a simple gas station without a mask, it was.
Felt awkward.
It's so weird to. He's like, is it weird that we feel weird, or is it weird that we even like, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
Weird that
like,
we feel weird.
It's normal for us normally to walk into a gas station without a mask, but now it's weird that I don't have it on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what scares me.
It's fucking
It was weird.
annoying because
It was weird.
just going and you already like when you get out to go to Walmart or some shit, you're like, fuck, I forgot my wallet. Oh fuck, got the mask.
Got the mask.
Or you got the wallet but forgot
Right.
the mask.
And then you gotta turn around, get the mask, or even worse, when I'm at the mall earlier and I'm walking in with the mask on, and somebody goes, "Hey, can you pull your mask up?" Because it's like
lying.
under my nose. And they kept. I got that 3 times walking through the mall. Can you pull your mask up? Can you pull your mask up?
By
I'm like,
who? The other patrons?
no, hell no. People that work there. I'm like, so you telling me that COVID is flying out of my nose right now from my
just
breathing?
give like a little snot
Well,
rocket on
some
the
people
side.
thought it was airborne. My next door neighbors, on the left hand side, they actually wear it inside their own house.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, I've
You see
seen
people driving in
That's
their
what I said.
car
Yeah.
That's
with the mask
dumbest
on, with nobody in the car with them.
shit. Nobody in the car, and you're wearing a mask.
That's what it's gonna
My ass
create, though.
breath just going right
Right.
back, and the AC going too.
That's what it's crazy. You remember when we got rid of the mask and certain people at work were still wearing it? You'd be like, and they vaccinated. And you'd be
Right.
like, why are you wearing it? Like, I just feel safe. I'm like, you vaccinated.
I mean, that's on them though. I mean, in that,
Oh,
in
yeah,
that, in
'cause
that
I
type
mean-
of sense, like,
Yeah.
yes, that's how I feel. But like, if you still want to wear it, that's fine. It's kind of like when I worked at Grape
Yeah.
Street. I walked in with my mask on. Everyone else had their shit up. My own manager came up to me and was like, "Yo, like, why are you wearing that?" I said, "What do you mean? Why am I wearing it? Like,
Yeah.
we're supposed to wear it." He's like, "No, we don't wear it in here." And at first, I'm
Told
like,
you not to wear it. Like,
"Yeah."
Oh wow.
And at
lot of
first, I
people
was
on
like,
that,
I'm gonna keep this on for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one of my friends that still had it on. I'm like, all right, like, not just because he had it on, I'm wearing it, but like, I want to wear it because I want to wear it. You know
Were you
what I'm saying?
legit?
But this was still like everyone else should have been wearing it. Type
Were
shit.
you legit scared to get COVID though?
I wasn't scared, no.
So why did you feel you need to keep wearing it then?
Because that's what I wanted. I didn't want to do it because he said, "Oh, I didn't need to do it," or everyone else was doing it. I'm doing it because I wanted to keep it.
Because me personally, as soon as I only wore it because they made me wear it. Once
Right.
they said you can take it off, it was off. I don't care. It was off immediately.
I mean,
I was
like
never scared
the
of
next
COVID.
day I did take it off, but like that day when he was like, "Oh, like why are you wearing it? You don't have to wear it." I just felt like I don't feel way you're coming about it. I feel weird about it, so I'm gonna keep it on right now. You know what I'm
so
saying?
you don't feel like you were falling because he told you to.
Right.
I feel
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's the way with the world, though. How
Yeah.
they're promoting it. Like they've done national broadcasts and they've recorded them, and people, everybody had their masks off, and then when they're about to go live, everybody puts a mask on.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
What are we really showing and portraying to the world?
I'm just feeling where are they gonna go with it? Like if you're bringing the mask mandates back, like that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting the lockdowns past them. But it's like, what's next? Because it's showing that okay, we got the vaccine out. Nobody was. I won't say nobody, but large percentage of people weren't taking the vaccine. Not because like I'm not gonna take it. It's not because I'm against it. It's just I want to wait a little while. Like I
So
want
it's FDA approved.
FDA approved and give it some time. Like
I'm
I'm
not taking it though.
Yeah.
I just gotta give it some
It
time.
has, yeah. And see, okay, if you're asking me, like, one thing I do feel about the mask is that, like, I do think that it was a little early on taking the mask mandates out. I don't know if it could help or not. You know what I mean? If it helped or not. I think we nixed it too soon.
But do you really think it stops the spread that
I
much?
don't.
I mean,
I think it's just really being.
like I said, let's say if we
unhealthy,
did it.
and then being around unhealthy people too,
Yeah.
in an environment that you
It's unhealthy.
may not, an unhealthy environment, but you don't protect yourself properly.
Fair.
Then
What do you expect?
that's that. I mean, I could compare it to like sex, basically.
Mm.
If you just smacking everything raw dog and you're not taking care of yourself,
You're gonna catch something
you're putting
eventually.
yourself at
At
risk.
risk, right? Exactly.
That's
It's the same way.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Because I have, I've had friends that have got it, but they're not in the best shape.
Facts.
I can't say they're probably not taking their vitamins. I can factually say that probably. If I send them a message now, I'd be like, hey, have you been taking vitamins?
Right.
Vitamins what?
The hell's that?
You see what happened though when COVID came out? How it got exposed of how the average American was so low on vitamin D.
Yeah.
Because we weren't taking vitamins. Vitamin D is the most important, one of the most important vitamins, and majority of Americans don't take it.
Everyone was buying toilet paper, not buying vitamins.
Yes, I forgot all about that.
Everyone's buying toilet paper and sanitizer wipes.
There was a lady at work that she was like, yeah, my husband just got like 18 cases of water. It's like, but you don't even fucking drink water. What are you getting 18 cases? Well, just in case.
I use it to cook. It's the end of the world.
She got more cigarettes than water. But
the toilet paper thing, I just didn't. When they were, that's why I was like, this whole thing has just been 10 years from now. When they do a documentary, you're gonna be like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, it's not like you got COVID and you shitting your life away, bro.
But
what is they gonna do?
That was a symptom of COVID.
Was it?
Diarrhea. That was one of the symptoms of COVID.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
I guess they're prepping to have diarrhea.
Hey, just in case, I'm gonna be prepared for this diarrhea. That's coming, you know what I'm saying?
You remember? You live in the South. I don't know if you remember when it'd be like a tornado was coming or something, or a snowstorm. What did everybody go buy at the store? Milk and bread.
Yeah, I mean the common shit.
Water.
Milk. It was like milk and bread was the thing. It's like, what is milk and bread?
Maybe.
That's the worst things to buy if you get stuck in the house, milk and bread. But they would tell you to buy that.
Spoils quick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So my thing was like, they kept saying you need to get toilet paper. I think it was like, all right, we don't need to do any research. We'll just get toilet paper. Why do we need toilet paper? You need food, water,
batteries.
You know if you're gonna be locked down.
Survival shit.
It's not toilet paper.
A basement.
Right.
No, it's just simple. Just be clean. Just be sanitary like you're supposed to, and you be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I personally.
Right.
Do you think it's weird that they haven't promoted over this whole pandemic? They promoted get the vaccine, wear the mask, double mask sometimes.
That's just crazy.
Do you think it's weird that they never promoted not once? Maybe we should get healthier as a country, because if we were healthier as a country, a lot of people wouldn't have got sick in the first place.
But if we're healthier as a country, that means we're giving out more stuff either cheap or free, and that means that FDA or the medical department or pharmaceutical companies are losing
lots of money.
Tons of money. That's why they're giving a vaccine away for free, but you're not giving chemo.
The pharmaceutical company right now is
other shit like asthma.
My dad's girl works for the pharmaceutical company. It is dumb the amount of money they've made from this.
Yeah.
From when COVID started.
Oh, we don't even know under the table. No telling what under the table they're making.
Oh, 100%. No, I'm not talking like what she's making, but like what the pharmaceutical companies have made.
That's what I'm talking about.
Johnson & Johnson, all that shit.
You want to know the coldest part? They do all this shit and they make a fucking movie about it.
Who did?
No, they're going to.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Netflix special on Oxycontin.
Yeah.
Talking about how they released it.
Yeah. They started the heroin epidemic.
Right.
And then when they got caught, all they got was fined.
So and then we made a movie about it and make some more money off the illegal shit we did. They made it legal, and then we just cancel everybody again.
That's what makes me skeptical about the whole.
Welcome to the United States of America, folks.
It's weird, man. It's weird. It's like they're promoting this Band-Aid instead of like if you promote the actual cure, where you can say like, "Hey, get healthy, take your vitamins, lose weight." That would be
that would prevent
you. Even if you did get sick from COVID, you have a 98% chance of surviving it.
Right.
But if you don't get this vaccine, don't change your health habits, don't do none of that, and it'll just change something else. It's not gonna work.
Take this burger.
Exactly.
Check this burger, dude.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So when do you think it would actually end? Do you think it's anytime soon, or is it gonna get worse?
I don't think it's gonna get. Maybe. Well, I mean, suppose it's got where this Delta variant and stuff like that. I don't know if it's going to get worse, but I don't have an answer to say when it's going to end. I mean, none of us do. Let's be real.
Because to be honest, at the beginning of COVID, I was one of those people that was like, they're not going to shut us down. This is nothing, dude. It's probably just another cold. Yeah. And then 2 weeks after that, they were like, hey, yeah, we're shut down.
Like, we're packing up our shit at work. I was like, the last day, I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I was back in Nashville, and I was like, we're shutting down. I was like, what do you mean we're shutting down? Like we're closing.
So how long? Like, I don't know. I was like, we don't know what.
I would have
it was like an injury indefinitely.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm like, I don't know, man. I never thought in 1,000 years they would shut down the Vegas Strip and shut down the country.
Crazy.
I mean, no, even our I don't say ancestors, that's a little too far deep, but even like our aunts, uncles, they never saw the world shut down.
No,
the world shut down. It's not like the U.S. shut down. The world shut down.
Nuts, man.
Which is,
That's why I feel like we're in a tough position, because you remember when we first started, they were saying this is going to be like the next Black Plague. That's what they made it seem.
Right.
Didn't turn out to be that way, but they never backtracked and say, you know what, maybe we overacted a little bit much. Maybe we went a little too far with the lockdowns. I don't think it's as serious as we thought it was. They never said that, ever. They just They won't. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes me so skeptical. They just keep hammering on it instead of backtracking and admitting like maybe
and attacking the people that aren't vaccinated.
Facts, man.
That's one of the biggest things.
That's why I took a look at it, because my mom is really, she works for the city and all this stuff. She's, all about like, getting your shots and when I was a kid and stuff like that. And I told her she's every time I call her, which I'm about to stop calling her because it's every time you get the vaccination, you're gonna get the vaccination. I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? I told her, so why do I need to get it? Let's say if we all have a little family get together, right? There's 10 of us total. Mm-hmm. All 9 of y'all are vaccinated except me, and I'm carrying COVID. Let's God forbid, right? Supposedly y'all can't get it, right?
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm putting in quotes like y'all can't get it, right? You can still get it.
You can get
it's just a less of a
it doesn't hit you as hard, not severe.
And maybe that's one reason why they want me to get it. But if I get it, now we're all vaccinated, and one of us were around someone who did have COVID, we can still get it. So why do I need to get it in order to hang out with you guys or whatever it may be?
I think the reason
if someone can give me someone can give me something different.
They're saying to get it so that it's less severe and it's your chances of catching it they decrease.
But you can still get it.
Absolutely.
So why am I getting the vaccine? The vaccine is supposed to not make you get it.
It just makes it less severe when you do get it.
Right.
But it wasn't. I've had it. It wasn't as severe to me.
But I've also heard cases of people getting it and they're still dying. You've gotten the vaccine and you got COVID and you're still dying from it.
Well, that's a misinformation.
I don't know about that.
I just watched someone and that was actually a lot of misinformation being put out. Because I was one of the people who believe like, oh shit, people vaccine are still getting it. No, it's not actually true. It's a very small percentage. It's like 1%. Like if you get the vaccine, it's like 99% chance you're not gonna get COVID. But they're all the outliers.
Because my friend got it, he got the Johnson & Johnson, so the percentage is higher.
Did you get Pfizer?
Mm-hmm. I have Pfizer.
Johnson & Johnson was one time, right?
Yeah, but the chances of you getting it while having that is higher than than Pfizer and Moderna.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Why is there 3 different ones?
Well, everybody's gonna make their own. You know what I'm saying? So
I make my own cocktails at work too, but you know what I'm saying?
It hits you differently, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
this one got kerosene.
This one's got a whole bottle of Everclear in it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Johnson ain't the people to make the lotion?
Yeah,
the baby lotion. That's what
baby shampoo.
I'm like,
shout out to Johnson. I got your stock.
Right.
So.
Hey, Johnson sponsor us.
And we'll start
or send us some baby lotion, either or. We'll take one.
First 80 years, they're like, yeah, we'll make shampoo for babies. Now they're like, look, we'll just do a vaccine.
They were the first ones to come out and make. I'm like, I didn't know they made vaccines. I thought it was baby lotion.
I don't know. They don't make vaccines. Still sponsor us though, Johnson.
I'm just not with them forcing things on American people because this is a country of freedom. You should have the freedom of choice to do what you want to do.
And that's what Kirk Cousins was saying today in his interview, or the other day, or whatever. He was like, because they were talking about the interview was talking about him getting the vaccine. He said, "This is a personal choice. This is something that I don't want to speak about because he thinks it's supposed to be, like kept not secret, but
it's your
confidential."
Business.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit is weird to me. People are so personal in their feelings with that shit. Like, if you wanted to get vaccinated, that's fine. If you're like, oh, that's personal, I don't want to spread. Who cares?
If you don't want to spread, if you don't want to tell people,
because they're gonna make them. They try to make.
Well, they're gonna make you regardless. Like, that's just something
the NFL
to do.
The NFL hasn't said that you have to, but
in sports, talking about
yeah, but if you seen the stuff they put around it to pretty much, if you don't get it, you're gonna be fucked.
They've been cutting people.
I'm just thinking about
fines and shit.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so
that's different. Now, if you're in a league and shit, and they're doing that, that's fucked up.
You're telling me that, like, now
civilians.
First it was like, you don't have to, you can go to work, that's on you. Now it's like, you can't go to work unless you get this. Or you can't fly, or you can't.
Well, you gotta think.
Someplace in California, you can't go to dinner if you don't get this.
But you also, like, a lot of people don't think of it from a business owner's perspective. If this is my business, and now I know that we can be shut down, or you can get everybody infected if you're not vaccinated, you have a higher chance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to go get vaccinated.
I did take that into account. I do feel
I agree with that. I agree with that as well. About that, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, where does the line get drawn when you can force somebody to take a vaccine? Me personally, knowing history, I think that's scary. If the government can say, "Hey,
no
you need to take this," or you can't go spend time with your family, you can't go to the concerts, you can't go to restaurants. That scares me.
Yeah, that's something extra.
That's some dictator type stuff.
Coming to my company and shit, like this is my company. You're an employee of mine. If you're coming back here sick or you're not taking the proper precautions to not get sick, I don't want you here.
Right.
That's my choice.
Fair.
But now if you live your life and whatever you do, and you want to go travel somewhere and do whatever, and people are stopping you from doing that, that's Now we have that. What's it called?
I think that's more reasonable than the companies.
What's that shit called? I've always
It's like a fine line
when the
or
government takes over.
dictatorship.
No, close enough.
That's pretty,
That's very close.
I thought that was pretty good. My
I was on some
Right.
Hitler.
That was 1
What
point
does
for
it
me right
seem
there.
like to me though, man? Like that's more understandable.
Martial law.
Martial law.
Martial law. Talking about like the purge.
That I
Shout
feel
out to Tekken.
Get your ass out of here.
yeah, that I feel more is understandable though. If they said that, I'll get it. If they said like to travel, you need to get the vaccine. Understand? That's in somebody else's country. They have their rules. I understand their rules. That's not my country.
You have to provide a negative test result, or
Well, some countries you have to have the vaccine to come there, which I don't knock them. That's their country. Mexico, some Europe countries, some European countries.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
They're not playing over there. They even did a second lockdown.
I think Canada's like that too.
Yeah, which I don't knock. I'm not mad at that.
Boy, Canada, you go over there, sometimes they not letting you in or letting you out.
Facts.
Mostly in.
Don't do something wrong. You're not leaving.
My sister got stuck in
Everyone's going to Canada. They got some
Bahamas.
there.
She got stuck in the Bahamas because she went over there right in the middle of it, and they were
like the jump from the start.
in the middle. You got to do like a 14-day quarantine over there. She didn't know, and then something happened where she couldn't even get out. She couldn't get out of the country. She had to leave. Took about 2 months to get back.
Damn. And you got to pay for a hotel all the time.
Can't remember what she did, but it was a shit show. It was a shit show. Shit show.
You only bring over a certain amount of money just for that, and you're just
I'd be freaked the fuck out.
You sleep on the street.
Can you imagine coming from like home and everything? You good
Excited.
here,
Right.
and you go there and
Let's
you're
go on
homeless,
vacation Bahamas.
and you homeless for 2 months
In a country that you don't
In
know.
a country you don't know.
Crazy.
Nah.
Especially if you don't speak the language or something.
Oh man, that's the
Terrified.
worst. That's the worst.
Terrified.
That was a
Over
week
stripping and
before. It
shit.
was a week before. We were going to go to Guatemala, and this was like a week
You're
before.
tripping already.
Man, what? During COVID, nigga?
No, I'm saying
Get
this
kidnapped.
is before,
Kidnap your
like,
light skin ass.
You got these
I ain't gonna argue
Man,
that.
get him. He pretty.
She was like, man, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Fuck y'all. Anyway, so it was a week before we were going to Guatemala, and like everything started in Guatemala. Everything started like, happening, whatever, and like we were kind of debating and shit like that, and then like we shut down, and Guatemala was like, and like everything shut down. So if we would have went a week before, how long was I going to be stuck in Guatemala?
Very poor country.
I would have just came up with the language. I would start doing some shit. You know
I
what I mean?
mean, bro. I would start stripping.
Whacking my ass and shit.
I've been over stripping and
Just doing
clubs.
anything.
I'll be doing whatever. I've been wilding. I mean, what is she gonna do? You're stuck in another country.
You gotta
That's fine.
survive.
What is it to do in Guatemala? Period. What you
I don't know.
talking
I've been. I've been to Wallace.
about? I mean,
It's something to do, bro.
Juarez.
Juarez?
Juarez.
Juarez?
I was in.
Now you got me. Now you got me
I was
fucked
in
up.
Juarez.
Juarez.
They said Juarez.
Wale.
Wale.
Wale
Hey,
was
shout out
there.
to Wale too, though.
Juarez. Yeah, it was crazy.
Man.
Crazy. We went as a basketball team. We just went there after one of the games because it's near Arizona. It was like a 3-hour trip. So we went over there. It was just like, okay, this is interesting. Everybody's just standing outside with guns. Shit, all right.
Mexico or anything like that.
Facts. What do y'all think? Like over the pandemic, all the stuff that happened with Black Lives Matter and the Trump supporters.
Man, there was a lot. Let's put it that way.
Whole lot. And
Well, it's
then
a lot quieter now.
yeah, soon as Biden got office, like everything just stops.
Yeah, the crickets.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like police brutality, especially against minorities or blacks or other races, has stopped because it.
Do you think it was ever that bad though?
I think it's been very consistent. I think they escalated at that time, of course, because they wanted to promote that even more to cause a divide, but
To cause a distraction.
distraction and a divide because they want you divided, especially with Trump and all. It's a lot of
Part of that as well. You're right.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I definitely agree with that.
police brutality will always exist. Racism will always exist, no matter what.
Yeah,
There's nothing
Always.
you can do to change that, and it's sad, but
it's just too many people in this country. Man.
Yeah.
It's too many people.
and it's too much going on, and it's already too far.
Yeah.
It's
We're,
you know,
we're too far deep.
What's
We're-
insanity? It's insanity to think that's ever gonna stop.
Yeah.
Fully. I mean, but what I don't understand is how people don't realize that we've came a long way. Like if you think about as you're a black man, I'm a black man. Mixed something. I don't know
Whatever the
what.
hell you are.
Half-breed. I think it's weird that people don't acknowledge how far we came. Like you look at 50 years ago and see what we were 50 years ago. We came a long way.
absolutely.
And you think about what we can go in the next 50 years. It's like 50 years ago, black people wasn't like billionaires. We didn't have a lot of billionaires. We have black billionaires. We have a lot of black millionaires. A lot
Well,
of successful black people nowadays.
I mean, even if you go that route, there was stuff that was done back in 50s, 60s,
all the way up
70s that is not taught in history class. There's a lot, you know,
Oh,
what
a
I feel about history. It's all selective history, but there was things that were done by blacks that is like erased from the history books type.
yeah, what's up, Black Wall Street?
Yeah, Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
Black-owned banks. There's so stories that are so fucked up, what they did to these people.
Yeah.
Until, I mean, they blew up all the shit, honestly.
They set us back,
Yeah.
pretty much set us back.
So now, when we see this, it's not something really new.
No,
It's something we already knew that
was there.
could be done.
That's what was so confusing me with this police brutality. How I'm like, y'all not remember the '70s was way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. Nowadays, I think it's more of really bad training. Back in the '70s, like at Watts and all that, it was just horrific stuff going on with team police and black.
There's also more of a voice now, and more like different, ways to, speak about what you want, from the internet to Instagram to Facebook to.
But do you think
YouTube,
that's a good thing or a bad thing though?
Depending on how you look at it, though.
Yeah.
If it's for the blacks, then yes, I think it is definitely a good thing for you guys to get a message out. You know what I mean? Definitely back in the '70s, how are you gonna get a message out? Maybe protest a little bit, do like a protest real quick, make it, but not on Facebook. Get all you guys together and then go somewhere and protest live. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
the thing
there's
with the
different, there's
I'm not
different.
doing that shit.
Well, I think with social media though, it's like prime example, Black Lives Matter. What does it even mean? The movement, like, what does it even mean?
Well, hold on. No, what do you think? Because we want to hear from the different. Obviously, we know what we hear when we hear Black Lives Matter. We know exactly what that means to us and what it really represents. So when you hear it, what is it? What do you think that means to you?
I think that what it means to me, Black Lives Matter, is from an old day and age when racism has started. That you guys are saying, are you saying like what the term means or what in general?
Well, just in general, what do you think? Because I know that there are people that are like, well,
all lives matter.
Well, all lives matter. Blue lives matter. Well, that's not what the fuck it's saying. Like, stop taking it elsewhere. Like, if I'm like, oh, you have nice shoes, and he's like, well, you don't like my shoes? I didn't say that. I just said he had nice shoes. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, what do you interpret from when you hear it?
Damn, I guess I never thought about that. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. If I had to say,
and you do,
you got no choice though. Damn, this you put on the spot on this one. I don't know. Honestly, I can't even. If I had to say what Black Lives Matter means, I guess to me, not to others, is that in this day and age that there's been so much hate and criticism on Black people. Just be like. It shouldn't. I'll take this wrong. Like Black people.
Let it go, girl. Let it go.
Both of y'all came up.
Let it go, girl.
So besides, both of y'all were like, "Let me hear what this fool got to say." I'm like,
express yourself.
Light skin too, so give me some time here. All right, I'm with him. Here with y'all. You know what I mean?
Gun cocks in the background.
Right. What are you gonna say though? You know what I mean?
Dig deep.
You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I felt through all that. Like there was a time for you guys to actually like send a message to the world, like, hey, like you guys kind of think like this isn't happening to us. You know?
No.
Like no, but for real, like when people took it away, and then when all this happened during COVID, people saw it in a different light. I feel like they took it as like, wow, like it was out there more, and like people like you know what I'm saying, like didn't realize like other countries were looking at this shit, see, like maybe thinking like, damn, like we didn't know it was that bad. You know what
Honestly,
I mean?
I've seen worse.
And like you guys came out and just like
Rodney King was way worse.
Oh no, 100%. But you know what I'm saying. But like it came out more, and like I don't know. I just I felt like it came when all this came out, like it came out in a different sense, and it made people realize like we thought maybe it wasn't happening, or they weren't showing it as much, and now that it's out, like people are going to look at it differently.
Yeah.
And so sitting there saying like, yeah, Black Lives Matter just as much as other lives matter as well. But like Black Lives Matter more because this has been happening for so long and worse.
Well, we're not even saying like more. We're not including the word more. I understand what you're saying, but
I feel different than he does. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
I feel different than he does about it.
Well, I feel that like Black Lives. When we say Black Lives Matter, it's just saying that you're treating us like it doesn't matter. Like what you're doing, you have like no disregard at all, no regard for our lives at all. You just kill us, and there's no repercussions. There's nothing, no regret. There's no consequence for it.
Yeah.
But when the same instance happens with a Caucasian person or a white male, something like that, that person that makes that mistake or makes that act of killing that person is persecuted right away. Like they are 90% of the time. So
I don't know.
Since one similar situation, a cop kicks in the door, shoots an unarmed black person, kills him. Okay, now they're fighting for his job, and everybody wants him. He didn't get suspended. He didn't get, he got put on temporary whatever, not suspension, but paid leave or shit.
Yeah.
Fucking vacation. Okay, he didn't get fired. Now, obviously, blacks are pushing for him to get fired.
Yeah.
Same situation happens. A black cop turns and shoots a black lady on accident. Instantly fired, tried, in jail. Instantly.
I don't believe that though, man.
It's happening.
Now, this is what I always said about this situation. Now, let's say, or is it only what the media puts out?
Yeah. I think
So like lately, you know what I'm saying? Lately, it's like, oh, like white man shoots black man.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of black cops that shoot white men,
Yeah.
or white men that shoot white men,
Yeah.
but that we don't see because the media doesn't want you to.
It's not as sexy.
It's putting it out there because that's what's been feeding the energy and
You
what people
can't
feed into.
tell me there's a group.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not. That's why. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to say this for past episodes too, but I held it in because I just didn't feel like.
No, say whatever.
No, but you can
hear what I say. I can
No, but you know what I'm saying though. But like the media feeds that shit into our brains,
Of course.
so it makes it seem that way.
I
But
agree with you
there's a lot of shit out there where like it's not. It's maybe a little bit more for a white man to kill a black man.
Statistically, whites.
Right.
I think whites shoot white cops shoot more white.
Yeah. But it's because the white population is bigger.
But
you're not going to hear about that.
But you can't. But no, you can't base that shit off statistics. You can't be like, okay, well, more white cops shot more white civilians, unarmed and shit. But how? Okay, was he unarmed? Was he attacking the officer? Was he in handcuffs? Was he running? Those are things that aren't in the report and shit. And aren't in the statistics.
I mean, there's a couple. What was that one kid? He was like 16 or whatever. The kid was running from the cops. I don't know if he had shit on him, but like that one, the military cat that was sitting in his car at the gas station.
He was black.
I know. Why didn't you just do what the officer said? I mean, granted, he didn't get shot.
Now that is
shot,
another argument.
Just do what they say.
That is another argument.
But just do what they say, and then maybe it would be a different story. Now, granted, if you unarmed, you ain't doing shit, and you getting shot, that's fucked up.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I'm gonna let you.
But do you get what I'm saying, though?
I agree with you 100%. But it comes to a point where a black man, we've come from so much. It's a thing of pride now, and I agree. When that shit happens and the cop pulls me over, that pride. You swallow that shit.
Right.
Swallow the fuck out of it because I need to get home to my son and my family.
And they put
feel.
That all over the news. With that
some people are just tired of this shit.
That's fair.
Like, motherfucker, I'm not giving you my phone. You don't have the right to just tell me. You're not Jesus. You can't just tell me just to do all this shit and expect me just to do it because you're a cop. So they talk back and then consequences happen.
Yeah.
But that's still not justified. And that's what I'm saying. That shit doesn't really happen to white people.
But just
that's not true. That's not true.
It doesn't happen as often, maybe. But you can't sit here and say it doesn't happen.
I didn't say it doesn't happen at all.
Right.
It doesn't really happen that much. I've seen how white people.
But we
talk
don't know that because we haven't seen it.
Like, in my personal experience, I feel like it's a very destroyed relationship between cops and the population in general because now people have this wall up. Because I've seen a white lady the other day on a video, just a white teacher actually
being terrible
to a cop.
Yeah,
and just because he pulled her over,
right?
She's like, you don't like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then people got mad because he ended up arresting her. I'm like, she literally attacked him. Yeah. What are he supposed to do? And it's like that's it. He's just doing his job.
It's still his job.
And I look at him
for talking.
Huh?
He arrested her for talking.
Oh no, she went ballistic, throwing the ticket back out the window. Just, The whole thing the whole thing, all you did was come up and say, "Hey, ma'am, you mind if I see your license registration?" That's all he said. But her went in straight defense mode. Why are you pulling me over? Blah, blah, blah. Why are you doing this? And it's like, just give me a license registration. It doesn't really make a difference. Like if I get pulled up by a cop, I got my hands on the wheel, my light is on so they can see in my vehicle. I don't go moving around, touching around until he says, "Hey, you have a license registration." I let him know I have my registration in my middle console. I'm about to grab for it. I have my license in my glove compartment. I'm about to grab for that, so you know what I'm doing.
Right.
Because I have to look at it from his point of view. Because I did ride along, because I used to want to be a cop. When you walk up to any car. That could be your death right there.
It's the most actually traffic stops are where most cops get killed.
Exactly.
But
out of anything.
I'm sorry, yeah, I agree, but you signed up for that shit.
He did sign up for
You signed up for that shit.
But at the same time, it's like, as a population, we have to understand that you feel that, I could die from this cop, but every car, every day he pulls up, you think he died. So I'm not saying that he shouldn't have some kind of skill, training behind that, but you have to be like, okay, let me be calm, let me be respectful, so I don't give him a reason to be worried.
Right.
I'm worried.
You should
We're both
be
worried.
respected.
Right. There's two people worried here.
I got pulled over out here before I moved back to Nashville, and I told the cop, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, because this is when all this stuff was kind of in the heat.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, you all right? I'm like, I'm a little nervous. And I'm like, I'm a little nervous because, I mean, you're a cop. I'm a black dude. I'm a little nervous. I said, my hands are what?
You said that really? No shit? Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm not gonna lie, because he can see it in my face. I can see in his face that he was nervous.
Right, yeah.
Because he seen me before he pulled me up. I was looking around for my license. And he thought I was looking for something.
Oh.
Because he walked up on me with his hand on his hip. And it scared me.
Yeah.
So we both were scared. I let him know, hey, I am scared.
So he's kind of like, okay.
And I can see he's scared. He's like, okay, he got that. Like, okay, he's scared.
So you kind of both like de-escalate the situation slightly.
We de-escalated together.
Right.
And I think that's based off of your interactions with officers as well, too.
Well, I've never had any bad ones, though.
I haven't had necessarily
I'm lying.
bad ones, but I've had dickhead cops.
Yeah,
and I've been a complete professional and very courteous.
They're out there. You ain't gonna lie.
My father has had two I think I said this before. He had 2 heart attacks.
Mm.
He's driving on his way to work. They pulled him over out of nowhere.
Yeah.
3 cars, snatch him out. This man is 65, something in the 60s. Pulled him over, takes him out of the car, put him in handcuffs, throw him on the back. This man has had 2 heart attacks because he fit the description.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fucking black and I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm 5'9". So I mean, the description for us is 5 foot, 7'2".
Yeah.
Right.
Between 100 and 400 pounds.
Get his ass.
Black.
Right. Yeah.
That's happened.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
happens.
So and then to fucking slam him on the hood and then sorry, they didn't even apologize. Made mistake. I could drive off.
Good to go.
Another one, he drives by, sees a cop pulled somebody over there looking, him and my mother. The cop follows them into a Smith's parking lot and says, "Oh, you were eyeing me."
You're lying.
I'm dead ass. I can't make this shit up.
I've had some type of
I don't know. And me personally, I'm saying, I don't know any of my white friends that have had that. They have no fucking stories for me.
You can come by flipping the cop off and they'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not doing that because now I'm going to jail.
No.
You can do that possibly. Just depends on the cop you get.
Okay.
Maybe if you flip off a black cop, you might not get away.
Right.
But I feel like it's more of an economic thing, though, man. Because I know some white people, but they come from a poor neighborhood. And they get treated a certain way, kind of like I get treated. But I mean, I haven't been treated bad by every cop. I've had 1 or 2 bad incidents, but not where it's like a consistent thing. I've had a lot of great interactions with cops. I have too. I've had cops kid you
and
not.
I have friends that are cops.
I got pulled over one time. I was scared for because I had weed in the car. Smelled like weed. My cousin was in the car. He took us out of the car. I let him know I have a gun in the middle console. It's not loaded. He took the gun out. Ended up finding out my girl's friend had a little bit of coke on her too.
Oh damn!
I didn't even know. So,
Riding
bro, he ended up letting all of us go. He said, "Look, I'm gonna let y'all go." And I said, "Are you see?" I literally thought I was going to. He's like, "Christmas is coming up." He said, "You were very respectful with me.
Yeah.
You told me you had the gun. You were honest. I can believe that you're honest. I don't believe that you didn't know. I believe that she didn't know. Let us go."
Yeah,
I was literally hard.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've had some good cop experience too. Like me and Dave, we were out New Year's Eve, and our homegirl Lily was with us, and we were all out, and we had been drinking, and we were driving. Dave was driving, and we all toasted. I mean, he wasn't like swerving and nothing like that. Got pulled over, and the cop. It was funny because I was the passenger. So as soon as he got pulled over, I was like, "Oh shit, this nigga Dave's gone."
So, sitting there trying
I had food in the bag, and so the cop comes over asking for license registration. And I think Dave told me it was in the glove compartment, but I looked at him.
You want me to get
Look, I looked at Dave, and I reached right in that bag and grabbed myself. And he was so mad. He was so mad. But the cop was like, and because Dave was honest with him, now we've been drinking, we just trying to get back to the house.
Right.
And he was like, all right. So Dave hopped in the back seat. The cop got in the driver's seat. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I'm like,
right.
And Dave's like, hey, Phil, just chill. And he drove us to Denny's.
No.
Yeah, to Denny's.
You get some good ones, man.
Yeah,
I've had way more great.
Cops don't get a good rap. A lot of cops.
Have you guys?
So think about it this way. Think about it this way. Cops, there's firefighters, and I guess paramedics or whatever. When you look at cops and firefighters are embraced, are welcomed, are like celebrated. but cops are looked at as like always bad.
But
shit.
Yeah,
they built and they kind of built that up for them because I told you back in the 60s, 70s they had a really bad rap. Like, I mean, you look at Miami and what was going out there with the corrupt cops out there in New York, LA. So they kind of built that reputation themselves and people kind of just held on to it. I think that's what's going on nowadays. I think, especially in the black community, I don't think it's as bad as it is as people make it seem. But the pain is so deep from years and years of it being bad back in the old days, especially from the older generation.
I don't know, man. When you kick down somebody's door and you shoot up their whole house and then you lie about it and you killed one of the people.
Which one? Which case?
Breonna Taylor.
But I read into that. It wasn't.
They lied about it though.
Lied about what?
Have you guys?
They lied. They said there were shots coming back out. One shot was fired. I think it was like 40 or 30 inside.
See, now that case was very difficult because I looked into that and I was like, it seemed like it was a really dumb decision on them because they made it seem like he was selling like crazy amounts of dope or something. He was just selling weed, regular weed.
If you kick in my door, best believe something's coming at you.
And he said he didn't hear them say cops. But the neighbors said that they heard them knock and say police.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
They do it every time.
Normally, they
you know what I'm saying?
Cops, so they don't want interaction with you.
It's a lot of that case is one of the weird ones because it's like it felt like it was just a really dumb decision, but it was a bad accident.
But don't lie about the shots.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Brandon Leak? It was Brandon Leak.
I know Brandon Lee. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Brandon Lee, R.I.P.
Brandon Leak. He was last year's America's Got Talent winner for writing poems. He was just on, this was, I want to say yesterday, on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You guys have to hear this poem he wrote about Breonna Taylor. And he'll tell you at the end of it, he was saying, like, I'm not going to go word for word on what he said, obviously, but, like, you know, we'll show it to you guys as well. But he was like, no, Breonna Taylor, like, or her boyfriend wasn't selling dope. You just got. I'll show you.
He wasn't.
You know.
He wasn't.
I know.
It wasn't.
But here was 4 points.
It was her ex.
4 points. 4 points that this guy made. No, didn't do this. No, didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you guys later. It was like it was really like he like. I mean, this guy like does poems for a living. Like, it's not just like some cat up the street. Like, you know.
It was shitty police work. It was shitty police work. It was like because it was her ex-boyfriend. It was something like her ex-boyfriend.
He wasn't selling shit either.
The dude she was with wasn't selling anything, but he used to hang with her ex because they used to get stuff shipped to her house, her apartment, which was just weed. It was just weed. That's all it was, weed. So it was just really bad police work.
Still locked up for weed too. So,
to avoid all of this shit, just don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it brings it back to like what we're like talking about. It's like with this whole thing. What do you think Black Lives Matter? I'm gonna tell you what I don't understand what the movement is. I've never understood what the movement is. It's like. It seems like it's kind of like the Me Too movement. It's like, what is it? It's like something they created online. A lot of people started following it, but it's like, what are you actually doing for the black community?
You said about it. You know what I mean? You were saying that like not our lives matter too.
Well, I think it's a softer Black Panthers. Black Panthers, they weren't playing. I don't know if you understand or if you've seen Black Messiah.
No.
The Judas?
No.
Amazing movie.
People don't realize what Black Panther started. They wasn't even always that intense either.
No, it wasn't.
They started out like doing stuff for the community. Very peaceful.
Yeah.
They got intense when the FBI started making them into like a terrorist group.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, they were feeding black families. Yeah. They were having community services. They were doing all that stuff. And they were making it out to be a terror. But like I said, that's different times.
Yeah.
In the 70s, like Martin Luther King, they were looking at all us as like, terrorist leaders or something of this. Yeah. I was like, no, dude, we just want the same rights you have.
Right.
That's all we're asking. We just want to be able to go to the same restaurant you go to.
Right.
So that's what it's different times. I feel like now it's more of because the co-founder just got found out that she had all this kind of real estate and funneling all this money. I think I think Black Lives Matter started out something like peaceful and great, and then it turned into something where it's just a money grab, and they don't really know where it's going.
And a lot of people, scammers.
They don't really know what they're going because they've done nothing for the black community.
I agree.
Nothing, but made it worse for us. Because now people think of Black Lives Matter, think of radicals.
Well, now they get defensive.
Very, because of what happened over the pandemic with all the riots and stuff.
So, yeah, that's crazy. So let's switch it up a little bit. So what you guys think the hardest sport is? I know there's
a lot of sports.
Sensitive topic.
I mean, off the top, I'm going any hand-to-hand combat sport all day.
Okay. Why would you say that's the hardest one though?
Just, I mean, it's one of the individual sports. It's not a team sport. So if you fail, like say if you're in a ring, you're the only one in the ring. So if you fail, you failed. The
So,
team doesn't
but
fail.
is that hard on you or is that
Yeah.
hard? Well, I know it's hard on you, but I mean, I'm saying like hardest sport. I mean, like it's kind of broad what you're saying. Like, is it hard on yourself? Is it hard on the team? Is it hard
It's like
in
most
general
challenging.
for
Most challenging.
play?
Most definitely.
Okay.
I mean, to me, I think it's hands down the most challenging because say if you're an MMA fighter, you could be an amazing striker. That doesn't mean shit if you have no ground game. You can be amazing on the ground, but it doesn't mean shit if you don't have an amazing strike. You have it has to be equal. You have to have so many things. It takes so good.
Right.
It takes so long to get good at jiu-jitsu, or it takes so long to get good at Muay Thai.
And you're never like you always learn.
Facts.
Yes.
It never ends. It's endless. And just think, you could be some guy that's a beast, been fighting for 4 or 5 years, but there's some kid that been doing jiu-jitsu since 8. You're not gonna catch up to him.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. And it just takes so long to learn the learning curve. As you look how many fighters it is, and how many don't make it, it's just super hard, and it don't pay that much either.
And the reason I feel that that's not the hardest sport, that's it, fucking demanding sport, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not the hardest sport because, just like you said, if you're a great striker, but that person's great on the ground, somebody's in trouble.
Yeah.
But I can be a Derek Lewis and just knock your ass out.
Could.
It's just the luck of the draw that night. If I'm just a great striker and a terrible grappler, I could go 500 and have a career. But it really depends on what you declare a sport is. Because I don't think NASCAR is a fucking sport.
Yeah.
That's hard as shit.
No, it's pretty hard.
Golf,
If we're coming,
I can't say it's really a sport.
and if we're coming
either,
to like football, basketball, soccer, shit like that,
Yeah.
golf, in my opinion, is the hardest sport.
that is the hardest.
But
thing
like
to
watching
do,
the
but I don't think
Olympics,
it's a
there's
sport
archery, there's all these things I didn't
I
even
just don't think
realize
it's a
was
sport,
but
though.
it's a sport though.
It is
I
sport.
don't
But
agree.
it is a sport.
Unless it's there's a
What do,
defense.
okay, so what do you consider a sport?
What do you mean by
Something-
hard?
Huh?
What do you mean by hard?
Damn, double question your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll answer yours first.
No, yeah.
I think a sport has defense, and I mean,
Ah.
technically, you could be like, well, in golf, wind, water, the grass is the deep. No, I'm talking about a physical defender, somebody else stopping you from doing what you want to do, what you need to accomplish. I feel that is a sport, offensive and a defensive person. That's why I feel basketball is the hardest sport because there's no breaks.
Basketball?
There's no breaks in that. Like football is very difficult too,
Yeah.
but the baseball and all this
There's a lot of
you get
breaks.
breaks.
There's a lot of breaks in that shit though.
Basketball,
Yeah.
It's
if
way
you
more demanding.
on your body.
really bad.
I didn't think you were
I
going to say basketball. I thought you were going to say some out the box.
I
way
mean,
you think
I
so.
mean, you could be like
mine's out the
rugby.
box.
I thought they were
I don't know the
badminton
rules
or
to
something.
rugby.
I was like, what's he finna go
No,
with this?
I said basketball because basketball is
What?
the most, and even my doctor, he's like, basketball is one of the most
Strenuous though.
terrible on your body. I'm just saying in general.
Over football?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Because of your joints and how you're moving. You could be a kicker and last in football.
That's kicker ain't a real football player.
Oh, damn.
Kicker, I mean, be honest. Even Pat McAfee, kicker and punter is not the same as a wide receiver or running back.
Okay, it's not the same, but you still playing.
It's nowhere near
I mean,
demanding.
you've seen kickers get fucking injured, bro. And,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and,
but
and
rare,
fans
rare.
want to
Celebrate.
Have you ever seen kickers? Do they look like they're in shape? Most of them niggas like
Shit.
soccer dads, bro.
Well, some of them is a
Some, majority of them are like
the
guts
one for
and
the
shit.
Lions. I can't remember the name, but anyway,
That was back in 85.
But-
so it's all good.
like football, like rugby is crazy. That's crazy because them motherfuckers just get hit.
Rugby's way safer than football.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
of the pads, technically. But,
Yeah, you have to have perfect form when you do rugby.
but
Football
what
is
they
the most,
do is not. They're not. safe.
Football to me is the most. On paper, it's the most demand. You can only last so long. Look at running backs. How long do running backs last? 4 or 5 years?
5 years.
I'm
man.
If
sorry,
that-
I'm sorry. I'm gonna disagree with the whole offensive defense thing. That
Me too.
That's how I feel.
that's fair. That's you. But
I'm not saying
everything
that's what it
else
is.
is still a sport. You can't not call it a sport. If it wasn't,
What do you say is a sport that I didn't say is a sport?
Competition.
archery is a sport.
Yeah, for sure. Anything. I feel like anything that's competition.
You are never touching my fucking bows again. No, archery is a sport.
Facts.
That's a sport. Curling, that's a sport. Bowling, that's a sport.
Did you just say fucking curling?
Curling
Like,
is a sport.
Yes.
Badminton
This shit
is
yes.
a sport.
This
Shit, diving is
Come
a
on.
sport.
Anything
Come on,
that's
man.
competition and takes
Not
skill.
ever.
Chess.
Thank
Competition
you.
and
And
skill.
skill.
Chess.
Thank you.
Chess
Right there.
and skill.
Keep say it again.
Oh
say it
my
again.
God.
Competition and
skill.
sport is
Anything you have
Is
to learn to do in
competition
this
and
competition
skill
is
is
a
a
sport.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Chess ain't no damn sport.
offensive defense.
Do you have to be? Do you have to
Sport
learn it?
is it? Look, chess is challenging. It's a game. Archery is challenging. It's a skill.
It's a
It's
game.
in the
I wouldn't
Olympics.
say it's.
It's in the Olympics.
Do you know what else is in the Olympics? I can name so many that are in the Olympics. That
But what do they all have in common?
Rock climbing, a sport.
Fucking sure is, dude. Have you rock
Are
climbed?
you kidding me?
I
Are you
wasn't.
fucking
I'm
me
not
right now?
saying this shit is easy.
I'm
not saying
you're
it's not-
because it's not offensive defense. You're saying that's not a sport?
That's how I feel. I mean, a sport should be something that is defended.
No, why? No,
That's how I feel.
that's fine. No, I'm
Sorry,
not
okay,
arguing.
I'm sorry,
I'm
that's
not,
how
I'm
I feel.
not,
Like if you want,
I feel this.
fuck y'all, your opinion.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, right. Z formation and shit. That's how I feel. Right.
right.
Sound like my girl for a second. I thought I was married. Chill out.
I felt if NASCAR was a sport, you should have some other cars going against them.
Like
Driving
driving
it.
them? What the hell
Yeah,
you talking
destruction
about?
derby.
Yeah, like monster trucks and shit.
There we go. Right.
Fucking sport.
That's a video game I played back in the day, bro. Like, what you
Destruction
do?
derby is hard.
That shit was clean.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that's
surprised your young ass know about that
yeah. I'm
shit.
12. Whatever.
Destruction derby. That shit came on PlayStation.
I
You were like,
I had a PlayStation
I'm older
1,
than you. I
bro.
don't know what it is.
I feel good.
You
now.
say you younger than him?
I'm older than him.
I am too. That's what I'm saying.
But he don't know what.
I don't know what destruction derby is.
You play games?
Yeah. Never heard of that.
Damn, really?
Never heard
That's
of
a
that
classic. Oh, yeah,
Destruction
check out
derby?
Destruction
Yeah,
Derby.
him being in the podcast, so I don't get fucking shit. Anyway, what I'm saying is, if that's your opinion, that's
Tennis.
You know
Fucking
this
sport.
sport. Oh, I'm about to say.
Hell yeah, this is
Oh,
a defender.
oh,
I thought
yeah,
about
for
saying
a
it wasn't
second,
a sport.
defender.
it doesn't need a defender to be a
Yeah,
sport.
it doesn't.
man.
Something got to be defended. Something gotta
Rowing,
stop you.
rowing
Why?
is a sport. Running,
Oh,
why do you
running.
think it
You
needs
tell
to
me
be-
running isn't a sport?
Yeah, running.
Track is a sport.
I
Yeah, you're
didn't say
going
track.
against other people.
Running.
They're running.
I'm talking about like. Okay, but
No.
that's. Yeah, come on, bro.
So you telling me anything that if you're competing against somebody else, it's not a sport?
Yo, real quick, drop a comment if you think that all these
Yeah.
things. we
All
talked
three
about-
people, man.
Yeah,
Y'all,
hold on,
y'all
no.
are getting out in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
comments.
Talk about it.
Amongst each other.
Running, yeah. No, I would say running is not a sport.
Don't even.
That's how I feel. I just think it's competition. I mean, fuck video games.
It's all a
competition.
It's
Is
all
that
a
a sport?
competition.
I don't think video
Yeah.
esports. That you got a good point on
Esports,
that. You
it's
got a
sport.
good point,
Thank
bro.
you. What you mean?
Because I've been on that one. I'm like, did they really? Is that really a sport?
It's not a sport.
Because that's
Okay.
not
All
a.
right, look, time out.
Look,
If we
you
talk
gotta
about,
be skilled
Because
to
doesn't it
play.
take
Look,
skill to learn how to play a video game?
I'm not discrediting
Like,
anything.
like it's anybody. If you play video games, you can just pick up a 2K and you can learn how to play it in a game. Like the archery,
Oh, no, you
to
ain't-
be good
yeah,
and to be
Okay.
good
You
to
can
be
learn how
to
to
be
play it,
good
but
and
you
play
ain't
if
good.
you play the concept, you know how to shoot,
You
how to
got
pass.
the concept, but for
You ain't gonna be good.
But for you to compete against competitors that know what the hell they're doing against these video games,
Though.
no,
Like,
that's the same
I
thing.
think
But-
you're mixing up skill and
Yeah,
challenge
yeah.
with actual sports.
Like, look at
I get okay, but
There's limited
if I was saying
sports, that's
one
what
thing,
I'm saying.
esports is not a sport. If I was going to say
Okay,
one
there we
thing, every other sport
Hey,
out
yeah,
there that
got it.
is actually a sport,
You have to do something.
archery,
Yeah,
everything
I don't
else,
think
that's
so.
a sport, fam.
I just don't. I don't think so. I don't agree.
I think if you have
Because
to,
there's nothing defending you. I mean, obviously you're going against the elements of Earth. and
Cool.
Wind,
So
water,
okay, so you're playing
fire.
archery, wind. That's a defender
it
in
is a
archery.
defense. Very important to
I'm
know the win.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's
No,
natural elements.
no,
is
you
not a
just said
defense.
archery wasn't a
And
sport.
just
aren't you
said that.
defending
It's
your
not a
score against other archers?
I don't.
Is that what
That's
they
a
call
defense.
archers?
Look,
You're actually right.
Archery?
I think there needs to be another archer
Bring the
on the
camera to
other
the garage. We
side.
about to start shooting bow and arrows.
There needs to be another archer on the other side shooting at you, and you got to defend.
It's crazy. Niggas a
If
Western
my
time,
life is on the
man.
line, I don't want to be there. That's not a sport.
I think you said I think basketball is one of the least demanding. I played all through college.
No.
I played high school to college.
No, I do think football is least demanding in versus like there's
Get
bricks.
a big ass break.
Soccer is crazy.
Have
But
you played
okay,
football?
if I was
And I
gonna
play
say
soccer. Soccer is not as much running as people think it is.
no,
It's not.
I didn't play soccer.
I played soccer.
I
I
have
played
no.
for 14
I have
years.
no.
I was
room
a
in that.
striker the
I
entire
have
time.
no. I have no say.
Not as much running,
Bro.
and I ran the entire field.
Bro, I don't
Defenders
know. I
don't have to
know
run that much.
I have
That's
no
true.
say in that. I have no say
Goalies
in
don't
that.
go anywhere.
Soccer's very a lot of running, bro.
It's a lot of running,
I
but
mean,
it's
that
not.
shit-
It's not as much as people think. They think
But
it's
basketball's not that much.
like basketball.
Bro,
Yeah, you
basketball, you be running, bro.
Yeah, the court's short, and then you think about it. Okay,
Shit.
if you
NBA court.
But you're
Huh?
not
NBA
not
court?
not moving.
you're
At any
moving,
time.
but it's not as soccer.
you can-
Soccer, that ball is constantly going everywhere.
I think
Same
college.
with that
College
miss,
is
you
the
gonna like that.
highest. I think the highest level as far as what you have to exert the most energy. I think when you're in the NBA, you already know you've made it.
Okay.
Even if you're a rookie, you've made
Nah,
it.
you got to put out some effort though.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you still have to put effort, but you've made it to there. You still want to showcase what you're doing, but college, you're one. Hey, I need to do the best I can every single game to get
to the next level.
highest-
To
yes.
the next level.
In the NBA, you're like, okay, well, I still need to do a lot to
Okay.
show that I'm worth
But you-
my contract.
But you think basketball is more demanding than football?
Yes, because I mean, think about it. If
Football careers don't even last. They said the average football career is 3
Okay,
years.
but demanding in
But
what,
I mean,
in
there's-
what sense?
Yeah, in what sense? You right.
Yeah,
But
demanding
think
in what
about it this
sense?
way.
Physically, we all
Mentally,
know the answer to that.
everything. Because think about it this way: there's only 50 people
Mhm.
that get drafted in the NBA. How many
True.
people get drafted in the
A
NFL?
lot, but that's because a lot of people don't make it.
A shit ton do.
Not really.
Shit.
I'm telling you, 75% of NFL players, no, 70% of NFL players are out of the league
But
in
how
3
many
years.
total get picked up every year?
That's a lot. It's like, but you got to think like, okay,
There's how many rounds are there?
7 rounds.
There's
But
2 rounds.
But you
in
think
the
about
NBA.
it.
And then there's preseason where you
Look, and there's
you
2
show
rounds.
But you think about
there's
it, though.
2 rounds in NBA, and not all of them make it.
that's true, but
it's
NBA,
easier to get an NFL than NBA.
yes,
Hell
yes.
yeah, the lottery is a lottery for
But
real.
not to stay in it, not to stay in the NFL though.
Right.
And the NBA has the G
And-
League. They got
and-
way more options. You can go overseas and
Bro,
play.
okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you, overseas, they're not paying a lot unless you're on a certain team, which only has probably 2 Americans,
That's true.
and those 2 Americans are getting paid top dollars. Everywhere else is probably getting paid maybe if you're in a good area, maybe $15,000 a month. If you're in a
$50,000 a month. That's a lot of money.
right, if that's if you're in a really good
He
area.
said, "You're right. I ain't gonna
$50,000
lie."
to play a kids game.
15,000 a month in a really, really good league.
Mhm.
Euro and shit like that. Anywhere else, you probably making around 1,000 and less. Maybe 3 if you finesse
Yeah, I
your
mean,
way.
but they make about the G League only make like $30,000 a year. They don't make a lot of money.
I know, that's what I was about to get to next.
Yeah, they don't make a lot
can't
of
wait
money.
to see
They
it.
make
I feel like it's
lunch
crazy.
money as well. You might as well go ahead and start you a business. Check out my podcast if you want to learn about business.
Get your own podcast on the side of the podcast.
Real spit.
That was called Real Spit.
This is the last time.
Do you spit a lot on it? Oh, okay.
Fuckery,
You should saw.
fucker
You should saw Homeboy last time. Meatballs. Balls in your jaws.
Oh, shit.
That's the homie though.
Yeah, that's what we're going to really.
Anyway, but look.
What was your sport?
Last thing, my sport is.
Surfing.
Badminton.
Let's do it though, bro. Nah, hey, check it out though.
Water polo.
This could be.
Okay. That's a sport, though. That's a sport.
It's got defenders.
It sure does.
Fuck off. I'll make it so.
I'm
back.
sorry.
I'm
Before you
getting-
go, is there you seen the sport where they have it's just a basketball goal and no backboard, and it's like women and they just shoot. They throw.
What?
We don't need you to know what kind of porn you be watching. We ain't trying to.
Have you seen that?
I'm also kind of into it
I
at the same
swear.
time, man.
There is a basketball
What
goal.
category?
I have no idea. It's a basketball goal. I forgot what it's called. It's a basketball goal.
You talking about just rim?
Just the rim. There's no backboard.
Yeah. That's like some Australian shit, no?
You never heard of it? It's like in the middle of the fucking court too.
But wait, this ain't a sport though. My
Well,
sport
it's a
is
sport.
my sport is that's the hardest, in my personal opinion, gymnastics.
Ooh, he ain't lying about that. That's
Gymnastics.
pretty tough.
I'm gonna steal my drink on it.
God damn it.
Gymnastics,
Hey,
low key,
Hey, that's
Tough
100,000
than a
views. Do
motherfucker,
it.
really tough.
Come on, man, gymnastics.
My niece and I used to watch some people.
Hey,
I'm
but
like,
wait,
hey,
That
look,
shit's so gay.
No-
Twirling the fucking. Oh, come on.
that's not
Being
gymnastics.
gay,
That's
bro.
part of it.
That's
That's part
twirlers.
of it.
It's literally called
So
twirlers.
you telling me? Have you ever seen when they on the high bar?
Look, I'm not saying this shit is easy. Y'all keep getting mixed up.
Nah.
That shit is hard as ever. But ain't no damn defense. If somebody was out there pushing them off of it,
I'm literally laughing at you basing sports only on offensive
Defense,
defender,
bro.
Only offensive defender.
yes.
That's that.
Get
We
your
need
shit
somebody.
picked up next week. You
Look,
coming
we
back
need
for this.
somebody
We
out
going.
there pushing their ass off the bar.
No, hold
Now,
on.
if you can flip and stay on the bar with a person playing defense on your ass, that's a sport.
So put it like this: all the sports that you're saying aren't sports. Do you think you can do them?
no,
All right, then. So
fuck no.
it's a sport. It takes skill to learn it.
Just because I can't do it doesn't make it a sport.
It's definitely a sport.
There's a
Alright,
lot
hell
of shit
no.
I can't do.
Look, like I
There's
said,
a lot of shit I can do, though.
Drop a comment below. See what you guys think on what your hardest sport is. Get back to us. Mine's gymnastics. His is stupid.
Either basketball,
Basketball.
golf is up there too.
Mixed martial arts.
I ain't mad about that
Mixed
either.
martial arts.
But like I said, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think.
You
your
think it's
hardest
soft
sport is.
ass gymnastics? Let him know.
And also, yeah,
Also, drop a comment if you know what the fuck he's talking about with just a rim and no backboard. I've never fucking heard of
I'll
this
look
in my
up
life.
the name. I'll post that shit.
I think he's talking about some kind of freaky porn. Let me know.
we'll see you guys later. Anyway, by the way, Adam here, Lando coming in on the side. We got Philly Phil. Next week we got Dave back. Y'all know he miss him. He takes steroids. We'll see you guys soon.
And he's bald. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's a bald.
Ain't nothing wrong with being bald. Bald and sexy.
That's called bald in '85. And we'll see you guys next week.